Hey guys, this is John, and I'm playing Roman Yankovsky in the 5-minute pool on ICC. So we're playing double king pawn again, and maybe we'll get a Roy Lopez. Nope, Giuoco Piano. I'll play bishop c5. I believe this player, I want to say, is from the LA area. I recognize the name from American tournaments, but I don't really know anything about him. Okay, let's go h6. If he goes bishop h4, it's acceptable to play g5 in this position. Now I'll bring this back here to defend c7. This is a line. I'm trying to remember how it goes. I think I'm just supposed to play a6. Is that right? Yeah, let's go a6. You can try to go d4 pretty quickly. Now, if bishop a7, he takes e5, I take with a pawn. That's okay. It's alright, but maybe there's something better. Nah, let's just do this. Let's just go back. If he takes, I might even take with a knight, I'm thinking. So knight takes, pawn takes, queen h5 could be annoying. Yeah, better take with a pawn. And now he's going to try to quickly get a rook to d1 from the looks of it. That's alright, though. We'll just castle. And I'll probably play bishop d7 after he goes rook d1, just to cover any discoveries along the d file. Like knight b6 would be a threat then. So I'm also wondering if it's okay to play rook b8, as weird as that looks. Like I'm genuinely thinking about playing that. Nah, let's not risk it. Let's just go bishop d7. I didn't see a convenient move other than this. Now if I go rook c8, I can play queen e8 and maybe slowly unwind. What knight a5 would drop the e5 pawn, so I don't want to do that. Let's go rook c8. It's an unusual position. I have the bishop pair, but it seems like I'm playing defense right now, which I definitely am. He could try to double on the d file, like say rook d2 right now. Just rook f d1 to come, but I can play queen e8, and once the doubling comes, then like bishop e6, for instance. Let's do that. Maybe he'll go knight h4, now that my queen is no longer eyeing that square. Yep, there we go. So if I go knight a5, what will he do? Probably bishop d3. Knight e7 might be useful now. Yeah, let's go knight e7 just to trade. Ooh, no, I gotta be careful. He can take and then play knight g6. Knight g6 is an issue. Maybe I need my bishop on e6. Let's do that. Yeah, if knight e7 he trade, knight g6 would be forking my queen and my rook, and my f-pawn would be pinned. Don't know if I want to take this yet. Thinking no. So maybe king h8. He has queen g4, however. Okay, let's just do that anyways. Queen g4, rook g8. We'll ask him how he's going to get through. I have to be careful about going to h7 with my king. Just because knight f6 is always in range with a fork on the king and the queen. Feeling a little cramped right now. His knights are imposing. They really are. And they're hard to trade, too. Knight a5, maybe? I think he's trying to come to g3. Knight a5, he can either go queen g3 immediately, or just move the bishop first. Let's go here. I think I want the g7 pawn better defended. But now, if I ever move this knight, I mean, he might have knight e7 forking my rooks. So there's definite pressure. My dark square bishop is not good. Yep, he just doubles. Tricky, tricky position. Knight a5. Let's go knight a5. We'll just do this quick. I'm aware that I'll have to defend against the knight e7 threat after this. This might be a necessity, though. I don't want to take either knight, but maybe I should. Okay, let's take this knight. That's probably the more threatening of the two knights. We'll see which way he recaptures. Takes with the pawn. Okay. At least now I have e4, maybe. Let's grab some space. Maybe e3 could be an annoyance. Yeah, like if I kick his knight with c6, like maybe e3 is possible. Now he's threatening knight f6. I was thinking this move, though. Let's do that. f6, yep. Okay, let's go here. Just trying to cause some ruckus. I want my bishop participating against his king. If takes, I'll take with a king, probably. I almost have to.
Check.
Yeah, we're just going to run with our king. Let's do this now. So I'm down a pawn, but at least I was able to get rid of a lot of the pressure. All right, we'll go here. Is rook d5 maybe? It's going to attack f7. Let's go here. Maybe I'll go rook e7 just to dissipate some of the pressure. If he checks, I'll block with the queen, even though I don't want to. Sort of have to. Let's pre-move this. I'm a minute down on the clock as well. But at least I didn't lose c7. I felt like if his rook starts taking pawns on the 7th rank, that could get bad in a hurry. He's taking a little time for this decision. If he takes and then checks on g4, I probably don't want to play queen g5 because of queen d4. That looks pretty good. So maybe I'd go king h8. Okay, let's do this first then. At least now he can't go queen d4 because my knight covers that square. So let's pre-move that. Yeah, I think he should have taken first. I can always put my knight on e5 now. Okay, my position is no longer that bad. I'm still down a pawn, but it's not that bad. Yeah, now he's got to bring his bishop back. At least I thought he would. Okay, let's do this. Can I win back a pawn? Sort of looks like it. b3, I'll take here. Maybe shouldn't have let his king get this far in. Let's go here.
Time.
Let's go here now. And how's he going to stop my f-pawn? Yeah, he has to do this. That's unfortunate. That is really unfortunate.
Check.
Yeah, that's really too bad.
Check.
Alright, I'll resign that. The c-pawn became a problem at the end. I felt like I should have had that at the end there. Maybe I should have thrown in king e5 first. When he took here, king e5. Yeah, then I cover the e4 square, and I can push f3. But he has bishop d1, so I don't know. Here, 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 here. That's a shame. Yeah, I fought all the way back, but didn't win it at the end. c5 would have also been pretty good, I'm sure, in this position. c5, b4, take. c5, I can queen with check at the very least. Okay, let's have a look. That was an interesting game. Yeah, I was under some pressure. I think this is called a Canal Variation of the Giuoco Piano. So he gives up the bishop pair but gets some initiative because, as you can see, when the d-file became open, I had trouble with my queen being on this file. I can't remember what to do in this position. I wonder if the move is like bishop e6 simply. But I was worried about d4 coming with tempo and maybe a later d5 once this knight moves. I'll just put the engine on right now. a6 is apparently fine. And here I made the right call taking with the pawn. Okay, if I take with the knight, then knight takes, d takes, queen h5. I was worried about this. Have I seen this position before? This looks familiar somehow. Castle, yeah, and if he takes rook e8, we get counterplay. Is there anything wrong with the move I played, d takes? Kind of. He has an initiative. The computer definitely likes his position. Castle, rook d1. Yeah, I thought about this move just to address the knight b6 threat. It almost looks like a computer move. But bishop d7 is more normal. And I had a hard time dissipating the initiative that he had. I now see the folly of moving the queen from this diagonal, the h4 d8 diagonal, because it is nice to observe that square so his knight can't jump in. Yeah, like now he gets knight h4 in, and knight g6 is one big threat. And if I take it, he has discoveries to win my queen. Bishop e6, knight f5, king h8. Yeah, now I have to be really careful. You can see I'm quite a bit worse. So you might be thinking like, well, if you know you have to take this knight eventually, like why not take it immediately? I wanted to play some defensive moves before doing that. Like I consider king h8 like almost a necessary move in this position, so I figured let's delay the capture on f5 until it can be done at a more clear moment. I might still take on d5 too, or I might not take at all. Well, that's tough because like with both knights being so dominating, it's hard to justify not playing one of those. I did see f6 as a move to try to solidify e5 and also rule out knight f6 ideas, but I wasn't sure about that. I don't know. My light squares get really weak. g6 becomes a weak square. I was thinking about just playing the knight back to c6, but that would be an admission that I have almost no plan in this position. I mean, it might be the best move. So here I did take on f5. He took at the pawn. Yep, I went e4. And I was pretty sure, like, objectively this shouldn't be good, but at least it very nearly saved me the game.
Check.
I caused enough confusion just to almost save the game. So now I'm down a pawn, but at least I got rid of his very imposing knights. Rook d5. That would have been an easy move. Yeah. Attack the queen and the knight. I didn't see that. nor did he. So rook d7, went knight back here. I thought this ending
Check.
would just be lost for me, especially with his rooks on the 7th rank. Like, this rook is ready to join the attack on f7. So I tried to keep some tension in the position and avoid that. So when we get to this position, he played check, which I thought was a slight mistake. I thought if he was going to do that, take first. That way, after knight takes, then check. If I go queen g5, he has this disruptive move, queen d4. Queen's really strong on this square, d4.
Check.
So queen g4, I play queen g5. Yep.
Check.
Take. And it's still probably close to lost for me, technically speaking. He is up a pawn still, but I didn't lose the pawn on c7, which was my goal. And after this, now bishop d5, probably a mistake. I had knight g4 right away. Go take that. Okay. I just reflexively played c6. Yeah, now it's not so bad. I mean, I think he correctly went into the knight versus bishop ending. I thought he would try to create a passed pawn with his G and H pawns, but he actually just made a beeline for my queen side. Yeah, and we're down to very little time at this point. Knight d5. Okay, I'm taking over the position now. f4. Okay, maybe f4 right away. I was just happy to get this pawn. And then here, bishop c2, f4, take, f3. Okay, so this is winning. So he needed to play bishop d1 right away, okay, to guard the f3 square and not let his bishop get shut out. Because after I play f3, yeah, he no longer has the bishop d1 resource. But I was thinking, like, maybe king e5, but I guess he still has that then. So f3, take, here, here, here. Yeah, c5, that would have been the key move. Threatening to take on b3 and hold that pawn. That would have done the trick. Because if he goes here, like I said, at the very least I can take, and then I'm going to queen with check is the problem.
Check.
Yeah, he doesn't even get to queen in this case. So that's winning. Yeah, I took on b3, he took here. Looks like it still might be winning. I shouldn't push the a-pawn. Suddenly after this, I started panicking. Ah, you know what's interesting? Yeah, I could just take on c5 if I really wanted to make a draw here, because he has the wrong color bishop. So I could take on c5 and go hide in the corner with my king. It's just a draw. So if I really wanted to make a draw, that would be the best way to do it. I thought I was losing here. I couldn't find anything in the game. c7, check. Here. Ah, king e7. Yeah, I definitely didn't see that. Idea to fork him, and it's still a draw. Yeah, because whatever he gets, I can fork. I guess he could get a knight. That would be kind of funny. He'd get a knight with check. Okay, so there were some definite things missed. It's hard, like in a game like this where you're just defending the whole game, and then suddenly towards the end, when push comes to shove and the clock is ticking down, you have chances. It's hard to like adjust your mindset to start playing for a win, but you know, I sensed that I almost had a win right around the time that his bishop was looking shut out. I thought for sure, like, okay, at the very least, I'm not going to lose this game. But I couldn't quite figure out what to do about his c-pawn right here with my seconds ticking down. So, nonetheless, very instructive game, I think. I'll have to look into that line because I think in the opening I could have played it better. So, hope you guys enjoyed this 5-minute game, and I'll be back tomorrow with another Blitz game. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.